Hey y'all, this is Bob. I used to be one of the first members of the One Up Gaming team. I used to write reviews, edit them, and share stories on general gaming news between 2013 and 2015. And that's why I was super excited when David asked me to be part of the 400th episode of the podcast. Look at how far we've come. I can't wait for what's next for One Up Gaming. And hey, I'll always be a part of the team. Take care, y'all.
Yeah, this how we do it, y'all. L-G-E, man.
Straight out of Diamond Star Production.
What up to you, One Up Gaming? They're not really ready for this one. One Up Gaming is behind me. Let me get in beast mode. If you wanna try me, you don't need a cheat code. Conte is who I be. To you it's Mr. Hero, legendary adversary. Flows considered lethal. I'm a Super Saiyan. I got Dragon Balls. I wouldn't lie. You might think I'm playing when I'm saying I can really fly. When I'm on the track, you feel the energy I'm pushing out. Put me on the map. One Up Gaming's who I'm talking about. I'm the rapping Master Chief, epic to say the least. Contain the hero, better etch that in your memory. And so the One Up Gaming for the show out. Contain the hero is really gonna show out. Show out. Contain. And so the One Up. And so the One Up.
Dope bitch you ever heard.
Hi, David here, One Up Gaming. Is going to be episode 420 of the One Up Gaming podcast. Now, we'll go into details later on in the show, but this is going to be just a quick one. I got a little emulator device which is a little bit more powerful than my old Anberneck Arc D, I think it was. Looked like a Sega Saturn pad, which is annoying because it's not quite powerful enough to play Sega Saturn games. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Anyway, as always, we are sponsored by Games Inspired Music. It's an album. It's available now. If you buy this album, if you stream this album, then any of the proceeds that we receive, we will give 20% of each sale to the Child's Play charity. So please help us to help them. We also have our first 100 podcasts available on it's like a USB cassette tape thing. So it looks like a cassette tape, but it's like a USB stick. Really nice. And if you buy that, just go to audiobooksontape.com. Once you're on their website, then just search for One Up Gaming, find us, and if you buy that, then we will donate £1 of each sale to the Diabetes UK charity. So please, again, please, it's amazing that we get this chance to give a little back to some of the nice people that we know. Next up, I've had to sort of like put on holiday mode on our Etsy store because I was trying to work out how much the t-shirts cost us to produce and manufacture and all that type of stuff, and I added as a number £5 on the actual price of each t-shirt on the Etsy store. But then you have to take into the fact of they take a commission on every sale, and then they take a commission of every month, and then they take a commission of every listing, and it got to the point where I was actually paying Etsy £5 minimum each order that I was getting, and it was like, yeah, this isn't going to work out. So I've just put that on holiday mode. I don't think I'll be coming back to Etsy. Now, don't get me wrong, we've sold a lot of t-shirts, and that I know we've sold a lot of t-shirts because I've had to pay for them. My wife has had to help pay for some of these things. But yeah. So what I've done is I've set up our own website, which is ougtech.square.site, and it's got the exact same, it's got a lot less t-shirts and stuff, hats and mugs and stuff. Like, you can buy this sort of hat from ougtech.square.site, and I don't have to pay Etsy like £10 per order. I can just go through that, so hopefully I can sell these at the same sort of price, but I'm not losing out of every single order. So please go to ougtech.square.site. So yeah, this is the podcast, What I'm Gaming 420. If you know, you know. And we'll have a quick break, and we'll be back with the games played this week. So back in a couple of seconds.
Hi, my name's John here. I'm the designer of games like Sensible Soccer, Cannon Fodder, Whizball, Parallax and Sociable Soccer, and I listen to the One Up Gaming podcast.
Hello Andy, this is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig.
Hi, still me, still David, still One Up Gaming. Hopefully you're all having a nice, wonderful time. This is episode 420 of the One Up Game podcast. So thank you all for coming, thank you all for watching. Now this is going to be, look weird what I'm doing here, but it's going to be a weird one today. I'm going to mainly talk about this little device, the Powkiddy X28. I bought this because I wanted to see if I could actually get it to play GameCube games, PlayStation 2 sort of games, because I love me management games, and there was some on the PS2 which I loved, and I've heard GameCube's not too bad on this. So it's got your stacked buttons. They're not analog, which is annoying, but they are nice. They feel alright in the hand. I find that the buttons are a little bit small. The D-pad's a little bit small. These are a little bit small. Everything's just small on this device. From what I can gather, it's the same size as the Nintendo Switch Lite. It's an Android-based device, and I love the fact it's got like the home buttons and stuff, so you can click them. And it is just a great little. I think I pressed wrong buttons. It's that one. So you can like go through N64. So say PlayStation Portable. Click the button. It loads up all the games on there, which is pretty cool. I do like this. It's getting better. When I first started playing it, it was horrendous. The sticks don't work very well. The buttons are alright, but the D-pad was a bit finicky. But now that I've got used to the actual setup and the buttons, the sticks are still not perfect. They're not as precise as I like. But the D-pad's getting better. The triggers are okay. If anyone knows why, and I mean why, on some games does the right trigger on GameCube, on the Dolphin emulator, I think it's the MJR2 or something stupid. I will come out of this. Dolphin MMJR2. I've got it set up, all the buttons work, but on some games, when you're driving, you press the right trigger for the accelerator, the gas, and you accelerate, but it also turns right. So you have to hold left and accelerate to go straight forward. If you want to turn right, you just let go of the analog stick. But if you want to turn left, you have to let go of the accelerator and turn left. And it's a bit weird. So if anyone knows the reason why that is, I've gone through the settings, I've gone through the calibration stuff, and everything looks fine. But I might be an idiot, I might be doing something. Let me know in the comments. So this is going to be just me talking about 11 games that I've played on this, on the GameCube. So yeah, sponsored by Games Inspired Music. Buy it, stream it. If you do that, then 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity. Getting over a cold. I don't feel well at all. We also have our first 100 podcasts available at audiobooksontape.com. Just go onto there, search 1UP Gaming, and if you buy that, then we will donate £1 to the Diabetes UK charity. If you want to buy hats, mugs, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, loads of stuff, then go to ougtech.square.site. So please go on there, have a look around and see what you think. We would love to see you kitted out in some cool stuff. My favourite thing on there is probably the Sega Rally t-shirt. I've had mine for like 2.5 years now, and it is starting to fall apart now. I might have to buy myself a new one. So this is the games played this week. So I'll go through all the games that I've managed to play on the little Powkiddy X28. So please go on to the Powkiddy website. It was about £100, and I think it's like $130, and it's got free shipping, no import tax, which is always a plus in my mind. Because when I bought some of the Amberneck stuff, you buy it for 150, 160 quid, and then you also have to pay like 30, 40 quid import tax. So that's annoying. So, right, we will get on to the games played this week. So first of all, 1080 Avalanche. So this is the sequel to 1080 Snowboarding from the N64. This one was a launch game on the GameCube. Now it looked amazing when all those years ago now. Now it's a bit simple, but still great. It plays well on the device. It's got a touch of slowdown, a little bit of stuttering, but it's playable, it goes well. I might play more of this game, like get into it more. But yeah, that's that. So this is just going to be a quick 20-second pitch of the games and how it runs on the device. So then the next up we had Lotus Challenge. Now this is like a so-called simcade racing game. So it's like a sim, but like on a console back in 2002, whatever it was. So it will be a little bit arcadified. And I loved what I played. I really did. It played well. It looked good. Again, this is one of those games where you hit the accelerator and it turns right. And it's just weird. I don't understand it. But the game itself is good. I really enjoyed the game. I'd recommend it. There's a few racing games on here, but not too bad. So yeah, Lotus Challenge, really recommend. Good game. Next up, Burnout 2, Point of Impact. Now this one was, because the original Burnout was a bit ropey and a bit rubbish, to be honest. This one, they polished it really well and it plays really well. I've forgotten how fast this game is, and it plays amazing on this little device. So Burnout 2, fast, smooth, really fun. It's got the crash mode, it's got arcade, fun. It's just a really good little game. So Burnout 2, great game. Next up, Eternal Darkness. Now this game, if there's other characters on the screen, it runs like half speed and it's really annoying. But when it's just you doing puzzles and exploring, it's almost full speed. But I would still say don't play the game on the device. It's just not worth it, to be honest. So yeah, Eternal Darkness, a bit disappointed. I'd never played the game before. Like, my brother used to have the game. He had the GameCube. I had the original Xbox. He probably had that, but I never played it. It's my sort of game. I do love those sort of story-driven sort of games. But anyway, next up, Medal of Honor Rising Sun. And this one, again, unplayable. It's running like less than half speed. Really glitchy, really bad. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend this game either. It's just your bog standard first person shooter sort of game. Yeah. So just quickly moving on. Super Monkey Ball, great game. I love this game. It plays really well on the device. Analog sticks really help. And yeah, it's a good fun time. Next up, Pikmin. Now, I remember playing this years ago. Like I say, my brother had this, he had this game. And I remember it looking almost photorealistic. It looked absolutely amazing. Going back onto it on this little device, it plays well, it's smooth, it doesn't stutter that much. Frame rate is almost perfect. It just looks very muddy, very like blurry. But I think that's just the game. It's like 20-year-old. You know, you just think that you remember things as they were, but you don't. You don't remember them half as bad as what they were. But yeah, so Pikmin, it's a fun little game. Get your little Pikmin, send them out as orders, little turn-based, sort of like, not turn-based, just like a strategy sort of point-and-clicky strategy game. But yeah, I remember it being really fun. I mean, I never got that into it on this little device. I was just recording 10-minute videos of the games to put up on the channel just so people can see how they play. So next up we have The Simpsons Road Rage. So it's the game that EA... Was it EA? I can't remember if it was EA now. But anyway, whoever published it, they did an out-of-court settlement with Sega because it's basically just Crazy Taxi with the Simpsons skin on. It looks good, it plays well. It has a bit of slowdown, but it's still playable on this little device. And yeah, if you like Crazy Taxi, give it a go. It's fun. A fun game. So next up we have SRS, which I'm not even going to bother googling and looking into it. I think it's Street Racing Syndicate, and it's made by Namco. So this is like going back into the looking of a little bit more realistic, like a Need for Speedy sort of game. And so it's not as arcadeified as Ridge Racer, but unfortunately on this device, two main problems. One, the game runs at like 30-40% of the proper speed, so it's so slow and so janky. And two, the fact that when you accelerate it turns right, and it's just so annoying. It really is. But at least it's not a great game on the device. It's so slow and so unresponsive that yeah, it's just not very good. So anyway, next up we have Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3. And again, I'm trying to remember now. I think it was just slow. You know, I don't think it played well. But Do you know what? Just as a completionist, is that a word? Alright, click on Rainbow 6-3. Go to the channel. Will it play Rainbow 6-3? Yeah, that's what the videos we're going to be doing. We're just gonna do. Tell you what, there's a lot of. I think it loaded and plays. Tell you what, why is my internet so slow? There we go. So it should be running at, because I've got this, the PAL ROMs, so the UK ROMs. So this should run at 50 frames a second, and this is doing about 38 frames per second, 37. So it's running, oh god, that's gone down to 25 frames. So it probably playable, but then it just kind of falls and just slows right down. So yeah, I would not play this sort of game on this device. Although I'd forgotten how these older Rainbow Six games were a lot more skill-based, sort of slow, tactical, thoughtful sort of games. Whereas the new ones are a lot more like fast-paced, Call of Duty style, sort of bang bang, kill people games. But yeah, unfortunately, the little Powkiddy X28 just isn't powerful enough for the game. And the last game that we played this week was Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. And again, I kind of missed this generation of Mortal Kombat sort of games, and it played flawlessly on this little device. Looked great, played amazing, fast, smooth, fluid, all the moves, all the people, all the frames. It's just great. It's a fun little game, and yeah, easily recommended. It played amazing. So I think the two best games that I played this week is probably Burnout 2 and Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. So we're going to have a quick break and we'll be back with the goodbyes. And if you're watching this just as the game's played this week's sort of section on its own, please come back to the podcast and come back after this section. Some massive important news that we need to get out there and get said. So yeah, we will have this quick break and we'll be back in a few seconds. So thank you. Goodbye.
Hi, I'm Keith Allen, and I play Murphy on Z Nation, and I listen to One Up Gaming Podcast.
Hi, I'm Lucy James, and I listen to the One Up Gaming Podcast.
Hi, still David, still One Up Gaming, still episode 420 of the One Up Gaming Podcast. This is the goodbyes, and I mean that. I was soul searching a few weeks ago, thinking about whether I should carry on with the channel or not. Numbers are dwindling, not really getting any comments on videos or anything like that. And then something I'd like to say unexpected happened just a few days ago. But yeah, it's unfortunately my mother passed away. She was taken to hospital on the Friday morning, and we sat with her all Friday, and then she passed away Saturday morning. So I think that's just the clarity that I need to put the channel on hold for a little bit. I know you guys will all understand. It's things happen in life that you have to try and get on top of and hope for the best. But yeah, life's shit. It really is. So with that said, we will still have videos going up, because I like to pre-record a lot of the stuff like a week or two in advance, and once those videos have gone up, then that will be the One Up Gaming YouTube channel done. It'll still be up, I'll still have access to it, so if I do decide in a few weeks, few months, a year down the line, then it's always there and I can sort of try again, you know. But I just guess without the marketing budget and without the time to sit there and do live commentary on gameplay videos and adding myself in the video and all that type of stuff, then people just won't get associated with the channel. But yeah, I've had a good run. I think it's been going for like 12 years. Well, not this channel. This channel's been going for like 2. My old channel that was going for like 10 years. Unfortunately, I put up a video. I think it's called Kinky Fight Club, which was like a really bad. I don't even think it was actually a proper wrestling playable sort of game. I think it was more of a. It looked like a wrestling playable game, but I think it was more. You just pressed a couple of buttons on the like keyboard or whatever, and then it did like predetermined moves, that type of thing, and it was bad. It was really bad, and unfortunately I put the video up, and 1 hour later YouTube or Google emailed me and just said, yeah, your channel's been cancelled, it's been deleted, it's been like, you've had a strike and it's gone. So unfortunately all the work I'd done with that, and that channel, I actually managed to get a couple of videos that had like 300,000 sort of views or more, whereas this new channel that I've had, I think the best views I've had is maybe about 10,000. If we just go to videos and go to views, oh, how do you do it? Do you go to analytics? I don't know how you do all this. I mean, this is another reason why. So lifetime views. Oh, so I started this one in June 21. So yeah, Boosteroid testing the future. So Team Fortress 2, I played that, and it's had 10,500 views. My documentary that I made, it's like an hour and a half long, that's had 8,000 views. Our John Hare special podcast had 4,000 views. But yeah, overall, the views haven't been there. I've not made. I mean, like in the 3 years I've had the channel, I can't remember when it started to be monetized, but I've not even had a payment from YouTube. It says that I have estimated revenue £55.97, but that's been like for 3 years. It's just been sat there and it hasn't moved. So yeah, I do think that it's time to move on. It's time to think about other things in life. And I'll still be a gamer, I'll still play games. I'm much more of a retro gamer now. I have an Xbox Series X, but I don't really play it that much. It's mainly there as a YouTube sort of thing in the living room. But I would like to just place like massive thanks to all you guys. Anyone that's ever commented on any of our videos, anyone that's ever said anything nice about us, thank you so much. This has been a slog. It's been hard. I've upset ex-partners, current partners. I've upset people with the fact that I spend a lot of time doing this, and it is just, yeah, I think I do need to have a break. So yeah, it's David, One Up Gaming, episode 420. I'm not going to plug our books. Just go to Amazon. I'm not going to plug all the other crap. Just, yeah, if you know, you know. Have a look on our website. Thank you all so much. Hopefully we'll see you again. And goodbye.
Xbox console won't turn on. I think there's something seriously wrong. My ring of light is just flashing angry red. I think that means my 360 is dead. Well, I heard they die easy from a broken parts disease. I should have bought extended warranties. Now it really seems such a waste. I still had lots of hard disk space. I wonder how I'll get this thing replaced. Hey, I could cry a little. Nothing is forever, but I didn't think my 360 was quite so brittle. Microsoft will tell you it's good to play together. Here I am alone with 3 red lights. It wasn't old, I bought it just the other day. I thought I had a lifetime left to play. I went to sleep and I figured I'd try again at dawn. Push the button, but the system won't go on. I called the store, told the manager everything I learned. He said they wouldn't honor my return. The problem's anybody's guess. The situation's such a mess. Sometimes I think I'd like to watch it burn. Hey, I could cry a little. Nothing is forever, but I didn't think my 360 was quite so brittle. Microsoft will tell you it's good to play together. Now I'm on my own with 3 red lights. They keep on saying these instances are rare, so I sent it in for Microsoft repair. But the new one's a catastrophe, it also up and died on me. I guess I should have bought a PS3. Microsoft will tell you it's good to play together. Now I'm all alone with 3 red lines.